everyone, welcome back to Life Cues Week 4. I haven't had a chance to journal on this side of the page yet for my Dancing Dollies one, but I'll do that pretty quick. But on this page, I want to talk about something. I was going through the Life Cues, the old files that are up on Facebook, and I came across these two messages. I don't even know. I went back to find them and I couldn't find them because you know how sometimes on Facebook things are in some archived place and you just come across them by a fluke, and that's exactly what happened with these messages anyway. But I read them, and one of them was referring to a video I had done years, and this was in 2015 and it's 2018, so 3 years ago. And I don't even know what video is, but I think it was a video about gospel music in the church and something about that, and me referring to the black church as my people. And they were offended with that term. And I thought, well, I need to come on and address that. So the prompt for this week is going to be, what is your definition of, quote, my people? What does that mean to you? My people. So I'm going to talk as I work. Anyway, because I wanted to clarify that, because I don't think she understood completely what I meant. But anyway, this is plaster of Paris. Do you see that? So it's like dry and papery. And over here I have some coffee and cinnamon, my favorite mix for staining. So rather than just dip this in water, I'm going to mix it in this mess and see. So I want it to be aged looking. I do not want my plaster of Paris being bright, bright, bright white. So I thought, rather than glue it down and then spray it with something, I might as well kill two birds with one stone. I've already done some paper doilies. This is just a piece of one, and you can see it's just drying. But I love the combination. I use coffee and cinnamon. That's my go-to mix. And it also smells nice when you go to open your book and read it, you'll get this whiff of cinnamon. Anyway, let me put this away. See, it doesn't take long. And it's just instant coffee. So I'm going to unfold this. I have so much of this plaster of Paris because I used to use it for belly casting for pregnant women for my doula clients. So I'm just going to spread it out here and just going to it just will glue on, and wherever I don't want to see those lines, I will just smooth in. But anyway, when I was talking about my people, and whenever I talk about my people, I'm referring to the people that I identify with as a race, as a culture, as may not always be, these are just some examples, as my tribe, as my friends, as people that have the same interests as I do. That's what I mean by my people. And she was under the impression that I did not think that we were all included in my people. Like I was separating, and she was saying, well, aren't we all the same, and aren't we all one? And of course we all are. That's not what I'm talking about. We are all one people. We are all one family. But you'd be lying if you didn't say there are some people that you connect with more than others. And they're sometimes not even your family. Sometimes you can connect with other people that aren't your family. There are some people, if they say something about the way they cooked a certain food that you grew up with, say you're Ukrainian and somebody's made patahe or halapshi, and they're talking about something about halapshi that's an old cultural joke or something, you're going to get it. Versus somebody who's not in that my people group. That does not, however, mean you are not accepting of all people and that we are not all one and all equal and all of one family. It has nothing to do with equality or anything. It has to do with your identifying people. Here's a perfect example. If you were in a big, huge conference center and every room, they had mechanics in one room and they had aerospace engineering in another room, and they had scrap making and bookmaking and journal making in another room, tell me which room would you go to first? Even if you didn't know anybody, you'd go to the room where the ones you most identify with. For me, that would be the journalists, journal making, scrapbooking, those kind of people. I would identify those people as my people under those circumstances. So I just wanted to address that, and I thought that's a really good prompt. What does the term my people mean to you? How would you describe my people? So yeah, that's what I was talking about, because I think I was referring to gospel. You know, it was a gospel choir, and it was somewhere we had gone, and it was the first time that I had ever been, or maybe it was when I took that dance class in California. It was the very first time in my life I had ever been in a room of all African American women. I'm an African American woman, so can you imagine never in your entire life ever taking a class with your own race? I felt so at home amongst my people, my race. I don't know these people. I only knew one person, my friend Diane, but I felt this immediate kinship because you look the same. You look, but that did not mean by any stretch of the imagination that I was not accepting of other people and that we're not all one peoples. Not at all. There are a lot of Black or African American people that I would not put in my tribe, okay? There's a big difference in your tribe and your people, and I would not consider them my family. So, you know, I just wanted to explain that better. Anyway, I'm going to have to go dry this. Plaster of Paris takes a little bit while to dry. But see how cool it cracks? It is the coolest stuff ever. I'll be back. There, that's pretty good. Look at how cool. Just look at that texture, you guys. Isn't that gorgeous? Love it. So now I'm going to take my, you know, these sepia pens, this Conte Patty pen. They're like charcoal pens, but they're water soluble. And I'm just going to kind of color in the spots of the page that I didn't get the plaster of Paris all the way around. Just rub it in there. And then down at the bottom here, I'm not sure if I'm in, and on the sides a little bit. And then I'll just take a wet paintbrush and blend that all in. So there we have our page all dried up. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take some gel medium and I'm going to apply these leaves, gossamer leaves, kind of into the corners, but kind of in the center, sort of ish. I was going to put them, yeah, I might do that. I'm going to put them underneath these findings, these metal findings. I think I had this one over here. We're going to get those glued down so that they stay glued. Not that they're not going to stay glued, but I just wanted to get them glued down before I started the rest of my page. So yeah, I was just thinking while I was drawing that plaster of Paris, I was like, my people. Like, it's not literal. They're not my people. Nobody is anybody's people. They're God's people. We're all God's people. End of story. That's it. Period, point blank, period, as people say. That's who we are. We're God's people. But if you happen to identify or connect with a certain group of people, whether it be by race, by job, by hobby, by whatever, that does not mean you are excluding everyone else. Because at the end of the day, we're all family and we're all, you know, and that's the ultimate, wouldn't it be? If we were all got along, if that was, and even if we all did get along, that still doesn't mean that you're going to have everything in common with everybody. Oh, my Lord. So she really misunderstood me, but then I thought it's a good prompt. Look at how cool this frayed up here and started rolling down. Can you guys see that? I just left it because I thought it was so awesome. And this isn't the right gel medium, but the heavy duty gel medium is the absolute best adherent for art journaling because it doesn't come off. Because when you use I haven't used a glue gun in a year. When you use a glue gun, when it cools off, the glue gun isn't flexible, so things fall off your page. You'll probably notice sometimes you might have made something and then the stuff falls off. But gel medium is very, very flexible. So it moves, and whenever, if it expands and whatever, so things aren't going to fall off the page. Trying to find out, probably this way. You can hardly see those gossamer leaves, but you can if you were right here in the room. Do you know what I mean? This is actually turning out to be quite a neato page, if I do say so myself. I'm putting this up by the stem of the leaf there. There. And these are those mechanical findings. Who are they by? Let me go look. Hold on. Finnabair. These are Finnabair findings. I should have known that. But sometimes I say that and they're not Finnabair, so just want to be certain, There. So we'll leave those to dry. And I know that they're going to. I don't think I need to put anything heavy on top. They'll be fine. The next thing I'm going to add to my page is one of the doilies that I dried while I was doing this. While I dyed, I mean. See? Just going to put it right here, in the middle of the page. Trying to keep this page kind of, you can see that in kind of sepia tones and stuff. And, yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the life cues. And feel free to leave lots of comments. I'm going to put it down upside down. Or no, I won't. No, I'm not. I'm lying. But feel free to leave comments because I want to know how you guys are doing. There. One thing I noticed when you're dyeing doilies, if you've never done it, when you're handling the wet paper doily, handle it by this thing in the middle, not by the lace, or they will tear. Just a little tip there. So we're going to go and let this stuff dry. The next thing I want to add to my page, just to depict that we are all family, are the paper dolls from Tim Holtz Ideology. There's 107 different paper dolls in here, which is amazing. And I'm going to try to quickly ink around them if I can, just to get rid of all that, the whiteness on the side. I'm going to start by putting these down using the gel medium again. My best friend. Where's my other brush? This guy. And I'm just going to pop them down. These are so awesome. They really, really and truly are awesome. Good old Tim Holtz, eh? I'm going to start with the tallest one. I'm going to try and put him here. And with this really cool background, it just looks really neat to me. So we've got these ladies here. They look like just regular mums back in the day. I think most of this is probably in the 40s and 50s. That's what I am guessing. Then we're going to put our little girl that looks like she might be Ukrainian or Polish or perhaps Russian. She has a little babushka on. Don't call me on this because I don't know what nationality she is. I'm just saying what it looks like. You can see on my fingers, that's plaster of Paris getting really hard, like it would on a cast. And of course, what is the one thing you do after you get a beautiful manicure? The day you get one? You play with stuff like this. But that's why I get gel manicures now. Or acrylic gel. These are my nails, but they just use the gel polish, and it tends to work great for when you're playing around in stuff. Yeah, these are really thick, so you really have to put lots of stuff on the back of them. And then there's a little puppy dog that I'm going to put on there too. Then I get her down, and it's crooked. You know, Monica, what is wrong with you? I'll put my little dog right there. And then I just have these guys. Little African American children. So I'm going to put them right here. So we have a pretty good cross section. So I have a couple of elements to add to the page. This is kind of looks like a half of a clip. That's what it's supposed to look like, and it has Remember on it. And before I glue that one on, I'm going to glue this We Are Family tag. I've inked around it, distressed it with some scissors, inked around it with distress ink. And so I will glue these down. So this one says We Are Family, and this is from a really neat paper pack. And the paper pack is by Jen Hadfield. And it has a whole bunch, let me just show you, of different sayings. Look at them all. Choose joy, be grateful, plant your roots. Just tons. It's on a 12 by 12 sheet. These would be great for cards. And then the other side is just like that. So I got that one from there. And I'm going to add this little dude. I want him to sit on the corner. This is not straight. He will fall off. And I'm just going to ink him like I did the others. And add gel medium where his little booty is going to sit. And on the back of him as well. And we'll put him right there sitting on the edge of the little picture. There we go. We are family because we all are family. And then the next one says My Tribe. Same paper pack. Same process, and I'm going to put it down here, and I'm just going to have the little clip Remember on there. And your tribe, and your family, and your people are your tribe. Your tribe is in your family, but your family is not necessarily your tribe. Does that make sense? I don't know, but I think you guys know what I'm trying to say. I love everybody. I love you all. I really do. And I send loving kindness to the people that are having difficulties in this world and that are not good people. They need love and kindness probably more than anybody, hey? So, I mean, I have love for you all, for everybody, not just my people. It's just that I may identify with people, some people more. Do you see that little screw head? These are so cool. They're blank on the back. So, but it looks like you actually screwed it on. I am really going through the gel medium tonight. But it just works so good. There. And the, whoopsie, the very last element I have is this. It's a brad kit, and who is this from? It is from Lost and Found. It's Prima, isn't it? No, it's from Lost and Found. It's old kit with a whole bunch of brads. And I'm going to put it right here. Just like that. And I don't want the too cute for words, so I took my typewriter, typed out my people. I've got these little chocolate brown pearls, you know, sticky back pearls in my stash. So I thought I might add them on the page just because they were in my stash. And it kind of speaks to the elements here of the brown tones. I don't know where I'll stick this one down there. Just kind of around, you know. Tuck that one in there, maybe. So funny how these things can be so old, but they stick so well. Awesome. Might as well just use them all up because, yeah, they were just sort of sitting there. Put one over here. So here is my finished page. I'll go up close so you can see. So you can see those gossamer leaves under the findings. I couldn't resist, had to put some gesso on my finger, wipe it around on these metal findings and on the brad a bit. And that's where I taped my people on top of that brad with a rose. And there's a little boy sitting on the box, and it says, "We are family." I put some gesso down there all the way down. And this one says, "My tribe," and "Remember," and the little pearls. And then everybody standing all together as one, as we should be. So I hope that if I ever say in the future or in the past, if I've ever offended anybody by referring to my people, when I'm talking about being around my race or being, you know, in a all-black gospel church or that dance class I took, that in any way means that I do not think we are all family and we are all one. It doesn't mean that at all. People you connect with, people you are familiar with, people that you have something in common with, those people are the ones you gravitate to. They're your tribe, your people. But doesn't mean that we can't all be family. Family, a combination of many, many tribes, many people, many races, many beautiful, rich cultures. That's what it's all about. We don't all want to be the same, but we all want to be equal and one. So I hope that makes sense. And I hope you guys like my page. So there we go. And thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye.